the cold prairies, an old rivalry heats up again in Moose Jaw. The Pats and Warriors collided on Valentine's Day in Regina, with the visitors coming out on top. But as the final horn approached, the blood started to boil and set the stage for a Friday clash. 3 straight battles between 2 of the East Division's biggest rivals, with round 2 on deck. WHL TV presents WHL in 30, Pats and Warriors.
School, you're getting lots of help from your school advisor, billets, they're always there for you. Just everything is there for you if you just need to ask. I chose the WHL because my dream is to play in the NHL, and I feel like that's the fastest way to get there.
Whether you're in Brandon, Prince George, Portland, or anywhere in between, you can take in WHL action up close and personal. Visit WHL.ca for complete ticketing information for all 22 WHL clubs.
CHL champions, on ice, in life.
The experiences I had in the CHL can't be duplicated by anything. The people you meet, the experiences you have, I'll cherish those for life, and they'll help me down the road too. One of the biggest things was the Captain's Care program we had, where we'd go visit sick children in the hospital. It was more beneficial for us than it probably was for them, because we saw how happy they were. It made us feel good, and it was a good connection to the community.
CHL champions, on ice, in life.
Back to the action of the marquee game of the week as WHL TV presents WHL in 30.
The Warriors in their home whites with the black trim right to left. The Pats in their road blues with the red and white trim left to right. Our attention comes to center ice as plays whistled in. Pucks dropped. We're underway under the Friday Night Lights of Mosaic Place. Pats win the initial draw. It's along their high left wall. Hebig to move it out to Steele on the right wing. A little chip down into the Moose Jaw zone. Josh Brook coming back to leave it on the boards. Jaden Halbigawaks couldn't get to it. It'll trickle over to Brody Wilms. 18 seconds in, will get a face-off. Warriors win this draw to the point. Schulthaus waits at the blue line, into traffic, didn't get it on net. Sheen spins, puts it off a skate. Puck loose just in front of the left wall. Sheen that bats it up to the point. Schulthaus D-to-D for Wu. Stab shot deflected wide by Popple. Penalty upcoming, looks to be against Regina. Sheen trying to flip low, goes into Henry's equipment, and the teams get a whistle, and the Warriors go on to their first power play.
We got 2 guys going. They both think they're in there.
And Nick Henry's going in the penalty box. Matt Bradley's heading that way. If they both want to go, let them go.
Yeah, it was Bradley who got the penalty. They're taking Henry out and putting Bradley in.
There you go. Puck's on the boards. Janot takes a hit. Puck's still on the wall. Hayek finding a little bit of breathing room. Looking to clear this puck out, but pinned along the left boards by Peckford. 30 seconds to go on this Warrior power play. No shots on net for Moose Jaw on the man advantage or in the game as the Pats come off the wall with the puck. Hebig racing ahead. He's got Fleury trying to join this rush. Hebig shot goes off of a man, and then Brody Wilms forced to make a pretty nice save. Trying to spin away from Holmes. Tried to center, goes off the forehand of Lasciavo and wide. The Pats will chip it out. Far left side, worked in by Sidaway, former Kootenay Ice. Wilms out of his net to play it for Wilms, or for Sosanov. Into the neutral zone, Sheen hammers Platt to the ground. Oh, what a body check that was by the Warrior big forward. Out of the right corner to the blue line for Fleury. D-to-D, left side, wrist shot from the point. It goes off the pad of Wilms. High red line, Fleury lets it go again. Wilms the save, rebounds loose. Howden will find it in traffic and skate it ahead. The Warriors trying to get some numbers. Howden cuts to the right, drop pass. Halbigawaks, wrist shot. Blocker save made by Paddock. Halbigawaks trying to find the back of the nets. Denied by the Pats rookie goaltender. Right half wall, Janot. Swings it near left side, Halbigawaks to Janot. Pad save, rebound. Oh, what a stop by Paddock. Sprawling to his right as the rookie goaltender keeps the Warriors off the board.
Oh, nice setup there, but what a save by Paddock. First with the pad and then reaches out with his blocker and goal stick right on the line to keep it out.
Popple along with Lasciavo, Sheen, Schulthaus, and Wu. Blocker side to Wilms. In skates, dug away by Schulthaus. He'll play it around the Warrior wall. Sheen will reel it in. Skate it out. He'll flip it into the pad zone. Lasciavo and Hayek will battle to the wall behind the play. Platt and Sheen are tied up. As Sheen lands a stiff uppercut. Platt trying to get his right hand going. Platt comes in. He's hit hard. Sheen pumping the rights. Lang trying to come back with some right hands. Not hit much. Sheen with another right hand, sending Platt to the ice. As Barrett Sheen makes his presence known here in this Trans-Canada Clash.
Platt trying to get his bench fired up, but he took a couple of hard blows at the end of that fight. Two spirited guys though going at it.
Clay looks for Almeida on the right wing. He'll skate in the neutral zone. He's got Langen with him through the middle. Langen and Almeida drive in, puck's loose, and Langen in the crease can't bat it in. Back to the left wall. Flag at the blue line. Down to left corners, Almeida. Watched by Mahura as Almeida spins away. He'll find Clay coming down the wall. That pass for Peckford goes off his stick and back towards the Warrior blue line and out. Josh Brook has to hustle there. Almeida up ahead, finding Peckford. Drop pass, Langen, left circle, wrist shot, high shoulder save made by Paddock. Puck's loose inside the circle, finally grabbed by Regina's Mahura. As he'll skate to center, chip it high and all the way down.
Tristan Langen making his presence felt on this shift.
Kobe Morisseau mishandles at center. Brandon Schulthaus picks it up. Then Morisseau steals it right back. Looks on the right wing side. There's Bradley coming in on the attack. That shot handled by Brody Wilms and held on to. 8:24 to go in the Moose Jaw forward first period and scoreless.
It's been a pretty even affair. Both teams with some good scoring opportunities. Pat's actually leading the shot clock 9-5.
Platt, Smithies, Laskiavo with Zaitsev and Sosanov. Dumped back in by Regina. Again, pretty aggressive on the forecheck. Laskiavo tips it to himself on the wall to Sosanov. Back to Laskiavo. Enters on the right. Dances around one. Wrist shot. Pad save. Smithies over skating the rebound through the middle. And the Pats pick it up and move it out. Regina has Lecision. Fire left circle. That shot off the stick of Wilms. Played around. Sidaway. Up the left wall to the blue line. Hayek into traffic. That may have went off of Zaitsev and one. Fleury comes off the right line. Tyler Smithies, though, beats him to the puck and clears it all the way down. No icing. 5:40 to go in the Moose Jaw forward first period of play. Played up the ice and dumped in by Regina. Howden, Halbigawaks, and Janot back out for the Warriors. Unable to clear it out on their first attempt. Howden will now slither it up, but lost control at center ice. And then Cale Fleury will dump this one in. Puck goes funny off the wall. Look at Wilms coming back to recover and making a big chest save. Played up ahead, back to center. Pats break up another Warrior rush. They'll throw it back inside the Moose Jaw zone. Warriors around their wall. Janot couldn't pick it up, and now it's thrown down the ice. Janot hustling. He's behind Fleury, so no icing. He's out with Halbigawaks. Janot has Howden to the net. Got a piece. Halbigawaks waits. Score! Make it 54 on the season. Jaden Halbigawaks has got the Warriors on the board.
Well, it starts out with hustle by Tanner Janot, able to negate the icing call. Nice little spin move. Thought he had Howden in the slot. Able to get his stick on it a bit, and it slides over to Halbigawaks for an open net.
I thought Halbigawaks was going to fire it on right when he got it, but which would have put it right into the pads of Paddock, but a little patience and got Paddock down and out, and then was able to slide it underneath his arm.
Pats win the draw. Mahura went down to one knee, but couldn't keep it in the zone. It's back into the neutral territory. Pats trying to come in quickly. Bradley on the right line. Through the middle, there's Steele. Looking left side. Hebig was wrapped up, and that'll end the frame.
More exciting WHL action still to come on WHL in 30.
With the scholarship program that WHL produces for us players is huge, and it helps us just kind of not worry about the money aspect of it, but just focus on the school and your hockey, and makes it a lot easier on a student for sure.
Whether you're in Brandon, Prince George, Portland, or anywhere in between, you can take in WHL action up close and personal. Visit WHL.ca for complete ticketing information for all 22 WHL clubs.
WHL TV presents WHL in 30. Every Saturday, we bring you the WHL's featured game of the week. Tune in February 24th from Vancouver Island as two high-scoring teams get set to collide. The Portland Winterhawks and the Victoria Royals are both in hot pursuit of division titles in the West. Catch all the key goals, hits, and saves from the week's marquee matchup. WHL in 30 on Shaw TV, WHL.ca, and YouTube. Welcome back to WHL in 30. The action continues in our feature game of the week.
Second period is underway as the Pats control. The Warriors with Howden, Janot, Schulthaus, and Brook. Mahura takes it into the near left wall. Howden pressures, but the Pats fight through to jam it down low. Schulthaus trying to clear, plays it off a Pat's skate, and Regina keeps it in. To Mahura, on the high left wall, he'll skate it down to the half wall. Back to the blue line for Hebig. Right circle pass Bradley to the goal line, Steele. Back to Bradley up the right boards. Top of the zone, Mahura. Left circle, Bradley. Broke his stick trying to get that shot, and they score as it comes out in front. Nick Henry puts that one in underneath the pad of Brody Wilms, and Regina has tied the game up at 1.
A little bit of a broken play, I believe. The Warriors weren't expecting the puck to go where it did, and then they threw it on net. Wilms off his pad, and the rebound right there. They picked it up to swoop it in.
Yeah, a couple of Pats able to get in between the Warriors and goalie Brody Wilms right there, and able to push those couple of shots on net, and then Nick Henry on the doorstep to bang in the rebound.
It's a power play goal for Regina. They have 3 power play goals in the last 2 games. Mahovlich for Lecision, trying to drive wide. Pad save made by Wilms. Puck's loose and finally covered up. As Lecision shows good drive on the left, cutting to the net. Nice save made by the Warrior goaltender. Bradley wins this face-off. First shot wide, glove side of Wilms. It comes off the end boards hot. Sheen able to move it out. Back in the neutral zone. Here's Popple. Drop pass Lasciavo. High shot just over the right shoulder of Paddock. Comes off the left wall. Sheen is crashing on everybody right now as the puck is bounced to the Moose Jaw end boards. Leg jousting with some Pats. Bradley to dig it free. Up to the right line. Looking for a shot. It's blocked by Popple, and the puck will carry down. Sheen hammered another Pat player. Warriors physically have had a lot more hits here tonight. Warriors getting changes. Hallberg walks, Janot and Howden back out. Bradley couldn't get around Brook cleanly. Janot then clears it out. Hayek at center for Regina. Backhanded in. Pats are offside as they're changing. Tag up. Pressure jet Wu. Thrown up the Warrior wall, not out. Hayek comes off the left line to the net, off the skate of Wu. Janot with that puck. He's got Hallberg streaking ahead, but no pass. He'll take it across now. Janot trying to find Hallberg. Broken up in front by the Pats, and they'll come storming up the ice. Hebig hits a trailing Gabriel, and then that puck is broken up. Howden trying to come in transition. Howden on the right with Hallberg and Schulthaus. Howden shot, stop, rebounds there, and then put wide by Hallberg. Wilms out of his net to stop it for Schulthaus. He'll pick it up, trying to move it up with some speed. Finding Peckford on the left wing. He's got Almeida streaking through the middle. Janot on the near right side. Passes wide on his off wing. The Pats stretch it ahead. Hebig behind. Schulthaus breaks in. Pat save made by Wilms. That's a big one there for the Warrior goaltender. As Moose Jaw pushes it out into the neutral zone. The Pats will play into their bench for a whistle. They'll toss it in high to the Warrior zone. Gabriel and Clegg jousting. Hebig takes it up the right wall, then into the corner for Steele. Tipped away by the Warriors. It's now underneath the Pat, finally worked away. Moose Jaw chance to go 4-on-3. Hallberg leads it in on the right wing side. Holds with this puck, finds a trailing Howden, shot it right into a chest of Paddock. And now the Pats on a loose puck will race up. Far side Gabriel. Looked like Hebig might have been offside. That puck goes off some skates and then wide of the Moose Jaw net. Now Moose Jaw whistles it up. Howden one-on-one against Scholler. Spins, trying to cut to the net, and he'll take it around. Howden trying to find a trailing Hallberg through the middle. That one's broken up. Pats again clearing it out. Oxenden for Henry. From the right wall, his shot handled on by Wilms. 9:53 to go in the middle frame. Warriors and Pats are tied at 1. Pats retrieving as they make some changes. They'll play it ahead, looking for Steele as he and Jet Wu are tied up in knots. Puck comes down low on the Warrior boards. Schulthaus looking for Wu. Steele pressures. Hebig digs it to the point. Hayek over to Fleury in the slot. Gabriel shot and he scores. Jesse Gabriel gives the Pats a 2-1 lead with his 10th of the season.
Nice puck movement by the Pats, but Warriors just too slow getting the puck out of their zone. Regina's forechecking real hard here tonight. And good puck movement up top. Find Gabriel in the slot who snaps one in.
Yeah, just a couple of Pats win the battle along the boards. The Warriors had a chance to move that out. Couldn't get the puck moving north, and then the Pats eventually moved around the zone, set up Gabriel in the slot.
Bouncing puck loose, and the Pats will move it up ahead to the Moose Jaw zone. Clegg for Brook off the right glass to the middle. Here's Hallbigawaks racing in the right circle. Back check, moves it to the left wing. Had a guy there, Almeida, but he was wrapped up by the Pats' Cale Fleury. Under 8 minutes to go here in the Moose Jaw Ford second period. 2-1, the Warriors trailing. Thrown in from center by Regina. Well, I thought he had the red line. Linesman says no, it's an icing call.
Doesn't seem to be too much argument from the Pats. I was with you. I thought he was right there at the line.
Warriors down 2-1. They got to help their goalie out right now, hey? Not only defensively, but offensively right now.
Yeah, both. I think they got to do a better job getting the puck out of their end. And they need to spend some offensive time taking some pressure off them.
Langen, Almeida, pack forward with Sosanov and Zaitsev. Pass with Bradley, Oksanen, and Henry. They win the draw. Warriors trying to fight to get it back. Mahura, D-to-D quick. And then moving it ahead was Puteau, but broken up. Langen looking for Peckford, a shot. Save made. Warriors looking for the rebound. It comes slithering behind the net where it's grabbed by the Pats' Puteau. They need some energy, hey? Need some life. Need some jump right now.
Some real good grind time down in the offensive zone just to get the bench energized.
Lasciavo can't send it in deep. Pats clear it out. Regina's Platt will slap this puck down the ice. Finishes check on Schulthaus. Puck along the Warrior boards. Regina able to push it back around the Moose Jaw boards. Cleared out by Wu. Pats to throw it right back in. Schulthaus coming out from behind his net. On the right wing, Klein on the neutral zone. Throws it in deep. Knocked down as he went on the forecheck. Platt's playing around their wall. Wu steps up. Fan on that wrist shot. Trying to get that puck back along the right half wall. Trying to force it to the net. Good chance by Janot. And Paddock. A nice blocker save and holding on to that one with 5:49 to go here in the Moose Jaw Ford second period. Platt with Almeida, Schulthaus, and Sosanov. Bradley weaving to the neutral zone on the left for Steele. Down the Warrior wall. Cross ice, high right boards Bradley, top of the zone Mahura, back to Bradley, right circle. Looking out for Hebig coming off the left circle, stolen by Klatt. He and Almeida trying to come up shorthanded. Klatt on the right wing side, wrist shot, that puck's loose on top of the crease, and Mahura just pushing Almeida down. Warriors couldn't get on the loose puck. Here's the Pats again. Lecision trying to go short side high, it's just off the side of the net. Hallbigawaks coming up the right wall for the Warriors. All the way towards the blue line for Jet Wu. Pass towards the slot is looking for Howden. His shot's wide. Schulthaus left wall to the right corner for Hallbigawaks. Bottom right circle comes in front. Shot stopped by Paddock. Great scoring opportunity for Hallbigawaks as the Pats gave him some open ice, but Max Paddock bails them out of a jam. Behind the net, the Pats move it up back to the right point. Howden able to keep this one in. Zaitsev. Right corner for Janot. Oh, with Hallbigawaks and Howden. Penalty upcoming to the Pats as Wilms heads off to the Moose Jaw bench with a delayed penalty upcoming. Regina touches it, and the Warriors will get their second man advantage of the game. Clegg will start out from behind his net. Along the Warrior blue line, Almeida. Left side neutral zone, Howden. For Hallbigawaks, back to Howden. Top of the left line. Pressure from the Pats. Really aggressive on the Warriors up high. Here's Almeida. Back over to Hallbigawaks. Left pat boards Howden. Looks right side. Clegg. Shot stopped by Paddock. Rebounds loose. Puck held low. They score. They say it's in. The DDK pet referee behind the Regina net signals goal. I thought that puck was held out, but Kletz, maybe you have a different angle.
No, from my angle, it looked like the Pats got to it and spun it out, but the referee was standing right behind the net. He immediately started pointing at the net that it was in.
Yeah, I was in the same boat as you guys. I thought that was held out, but yeah, the ref in a very good position to make that call. Right behind the net to roll that one in. We are going to look at it though.
The angle replay is the one that really doesn't help out. It's probably the over top that's going to be best, isn't it? and the angle is not in our favor. They say a goal! Warriors tied up at 2. Wow. See who gets credit. Wonder if it's Cale Clegg, if it went off a Pat's skate. Vince Lasciavo was there as well. For Clegg, it would be his first as a Warrior.
A Warrior goal, his 16th of the season, scored by number 37, Vince Lasciavo.
More exciting WHL action still to come on WHL in 30.
I chose Western Hockey League because it was my dream growing up to play in this league. Being a player in the Western Hockey League, you get challenged every day. I think there's tremendous support from coaches to staff and trainers, equipment managers, scouts. I think regardless of who you talk to in the Western Hockey League, you're surrounded by a lot of really great people who want you to succeed, not only in hockey, but in life.
Whether you're in Brandon, Prince George, Portland, or anywhere in between, you can take in WHL action up close and personal. Visit WHL.ca for complete ticketing information for all 22 WHL clubs.
It's been a great experience so far. I can't believe how fast it's gone by. For my player development, it's been crazy how far I've come since I was 16 years old. So I can't thank the WHL and the CHL enough for that.
Welcome back to WHL in 30. The action continues in our feature game of the week.
It's been a hard game. Warriors haven't been as clean as I'm sure they'd like to be. I think Regina's played pretty good in my mind. As we get underway here in this third period of play, Pats with the draw. Back at the blue line. Looking to move it ahead. It's off a stick to the neutral zone. Down the Warrior end boards. Wilms will play it around the wall. Grabbed by Steele, forced back down low, where Howden will play it behind the net for Brook. Pressured by Hebig as he finds a hole for Halbigawaks. Pass through the neutral zone is wide of Howden, and an icing come against the Warriors. Klatt into the skates of Langen. He'll push it out. Sheena on the neutral zone boards, unable to get across center, and it's thrown to the near right wall where the Pats will play it in. Just out of the reach of Sosanov. You don't say that too often. Another penalty upcoming to the Warriors as they haul down a Regina Pat player going through the middle, and Moose Jaw is on their 4th penalty kill. And you don't want to tempt fate, right? This Pats power play has looked pretty good. Mahura marching up on the right side of the neutral zone. Stops high on the Warrior wall. Slides it left side for Hayek. Back to Mahura. One-timer. Off the stick of Schuldhaus. Bouncing wide and then throwing to the right corner. Schuldhaus trying to get there. Mahura knocks it loose. The Warriors spin it in front. Mahura looks left side. They tap it in front. Rebound. They score. Too many chances in tights, and the Pats will take a 3-2 lead on a power play goal.
Once again, I believe the Warriors had an opportunity to get it out and don't. The next thing you know, the puck's pinballing around in front of Wilms, and then finally a wide open net to shoot in.
Yeah, Brody made the first couple of saves and then just kind of got out of position as the puck went around, bounced around a bit there, and then the Pats able to find it and slide it into an open net.
Warrior fans trying to get their team going. Holmes has got a hold of Janot. No call. Janot fights the puck away, drives hard, and then the puck just rolls off the stick. Left point, Sosanov. Wrist shot right into the shin pads of Mahovlich. It comes back out into the neutral zone. Sent to the Moose Jaw blue line. Pass up ahead, goes off the stick. Pats then move it in. Bradley had it roll off his forehand, and the Warriors move it up. Tanner Janot tracked down from behind by Oksanen as the Pats will zip it around their wall, unable to keep it into the Warriors. They're offside as they dump it back inside the line. Mahura, he's got good speed coming up on the far left wing. Shot! Scores! He'll beat Brody Wilms, short side blocker. That's a tough one there for the Warriors to give up. Mark, you maybe had the best angle out of all of us on that one.
Yeah, just some good speed, as you guys said about Mahura, just coming down the wing and just put a little shot, a little wrist shot that seemed to fool Brody Wilms, a little bit of a screen from the defender, and beat Brody up over top of the blocker.
That'd be one I'd say Brody definitely want to have back. Maybe the first one this game that he should have had. but I couldn't tell if it was deflected or if he was screened.
D on the right for Brook. His pass to the middle. Broken up. Regina skates back to their blue line. Hebig weaving up through the middle. On the left for Gabriel, looking back for Hebig. A back checking Almeida doesn't give the inside. The Pats will then play it around the Warrior wall. Steele protects as he comes up to the blue line for Mahura. Slap shot, scores. A blast from the right point that will beat Brody Wilms. Glove side, and the Pats are up by 3.
The Warriors look in disbelief, but boy, Josh Mahura having a heck of a period here. This cleanly beats Brody Wilms, I believe, right from the point.
Yeah, it looked like it was just straight in. Big blast from Josh Mahura. Know he can step into it, and right there lets it go. The Warriors bench definitely shell-shocked after 2 quick goals from the Regina Pats here in the 3rd period.
I don't think they're the only ones. The fans in the stands, I think, a little bit shocked by that one. Hey, you know what? Give credit where credit is due. The Pats, they've been the hungrier of the 2 teams, have they not? Behind the Moose Jaw cage, Brook dumps it up. Lasciavo going in on the right wing. Mahura doesn't give him inside. He'll stop on the Pat half wall. Into the corner, Peckford. Wrapped up by the Pat player. Almeida digs it free. To the point, Brook gets around Bradley. Comes to the top of the blue line. Brook still handling, and then it's tapped away by Bradley. He'll come up right wing. Shot. Wilms right on top of his crease to make that save. Here's Sheen, Smithies, and Langen coming in on the charge. Smithies near left corner. With this puck coming up the wall. Looking for Schuldhaus. Broken up by Gabriel. Schuldhaus, nice check to knock Gabriel off the puck. Took away a rush, but then the Pats get it back in the neutral zone. Gabriel to the net. Nice toe save made by Wilms. Pats on the rebound. Smithies to the middle for Sheen. On the left, Schuldhaus was jumping up. Warriors offside, then go rink wide for Wu in the neutral zone. Back to the left side for Schuldhaus. Dumps in. Albagawaks picks it up on the line change with Janot and Howden. Albagawaks comes around. Ray's shot goes off of, I believe, Janot in front and then directed to the left corner. Howden goes awkwardly into the Regina boards. Clegg try to slap pass that goes off of a Pat and wide. Albagawaks cross ice left circle. Clegg shot. That one's into the glove of Paddock for the save. And boy, he's been pretty good tonight for the Regina Pats.
Those timely goals, right? Early in periods sets teams back.
On the power play, I thought the Warriors had it out. Here's Albagawaks for Lasciavo. The pass is behind Almeida on the right boards. Almeida, top of the zone for Clegg. Warriors on the man advantage. Left circle, Howden back to Clegg on top. Over to Almeida, right circle. Looking back door, it's off a skate, and they score. Well, the Warriors will get a power play goal with 11 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Good puck movement. Almeida's pass to the middle. I don't know if it was off a Lasciavo or a Pat skate.
It looked like a Pat.
I believe he was at Lasciavo there. Might have been even looking for Howden back door, but definitely went off the Pat skate.
So for Justin Almeida, it'll be his 31st goal of the season. It will come on the power play. Warriors with a little bit of life, but it's too little too late. As their 4-game winning streak comes to an end, the Regina Pats beating the Warriors 5-3. Home ice not the advantage in this 3-game series.
Let's hope it stays that way moving forward.
You know what? Tip your hat to the Regina Pats. It's a really good road game that they played here tonight. And the Regina Pats with a 5-3 win over the Moose Jaw Warriors at Mosaic Place. Josh Mahura takes top star honors with 2 goals and 3 points on the night. Pats captain Sam Steele will be your second star with 2 assists, while Warriors power forward Tanner Janot had 1 assist and was the game's 3rd star.
We hope you enjoyed this week's WHL in 30 Game of the Week. Tune in next week when 2 explosive teams collide in the BC capital as the Portland Winterhawks face off with the Victoria Royals. The WHL in 30 Game of the Week has been brought to you by WHL TV.